grab it. I got it. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it though. Every time. They played St. Joe really well. You good? Show some love real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wildcat Broadcast Network. This is Coach P, the voice of the Wildcats. And tonight we're joining you from Culver, Indiana. We've traveled about an hour down the highway, and we're getting ready to face off against the Eagles of the Culver Military Academy, a beautiful campus, even during the wintertime on a cold evening like this. There's just about 1 minute to go. The clock you see on your screen is pretty accurate. Both teams are currently making their way to their benches. And so momentarily, of course, we'll have our starting lineup introductions and the Star-Spangled Banner, at which point I will shut up. So again, the clock on your screen is correct. So we're about 40 seconds away. Everybody is basically ready at this point. They have stopped the clock, actually. And now I'm going to be quiet for the national anthem. And now the starting lineups.
The Wildcats are coached by Alex Daniel. And now, the starting lineups for your home CMA Eagles. A senior, number 2, Wade Sellemeyer. A senior forward, number 23, Marcus Petrusius. The Eagles are coached by Mark Galloway in his 15th season.
All right, there we go. The starting lineups are complete. Both teams are on the floor, and we're ready to get this thing started. The starting five for the Wildcats: Marvin Schindler, Tree Johnson, Jalen Barbera, B.J. Williams, and Tyrese Jones has been the standard starting lineup for most of this season. And we're getting ready to get this thing underway. The refs giving the thumbs up to each other. That's the universal signal for let's go. And we are ready for the tip. Now, Culver has a guy there in the middle, standing 6'11". He's got B.J. by about a foot. And nonetheless, B.J. goes up and gets it, and it's going to be Wildcat basketball to get this game started. Marv crosses half court, looking to set up some offense. We're expecting Culver to be in a 2-3 zone for a good chunk of this evening. Here's Tyrese from the top, turns the corner, kicks out to Marv, three-pointer, no good. Long rebound finally ran down by the Eagles. B.J. supplying some full court pressure here. Handled well by Culver. They're able to cross half court, and now they initiate their offense for the first time. Here's the drive all the way to the rim. This is going to be blocked from behind by Tyrese. Nice block by Ty. 7:22 on the clock. The shot was by Wade Settlemeyer. I will have to apologize in advance. This Culver team has some international flavor, and I may butcher some names. I apologize. I will do my best. It is Culver basketball out of bounds underneath. They're able to get it inside. The shot was by Jack Christensen, but he was unable to finish at the rim. Wildcats come over the rebound, and now they're down to the other end of the floor. Here's Tree, top of the key, pump fake, nothing there, hand off to Marv. Marv now reverse over to Ty on the opposite side wing. He looks to drive, has it knocked away. And a great hustle play there by Culver as they come up with the loose ball. Now on the other end, top of the key. The big guy thought about it, then thought better. Now he's just trying to get rid of it, and he finally does. Gets it over to Settlemeyer, who's being blanketed by Tyrese Jones. Now on the low side here, looking for the post. B.J. doing well to keep it out of there. Big guy gets it in the short corner, looking to back B.J. down, turns, flips the hook shot up, no good. Ball tipped around by the Cats and then finally chased down by B.J. I think it was Barbera that had the tip on that one. And now he has the ball. He's going to look to drive on the big guy. Gets to the rim, flips it up and in. What a finish by Jalen. And I believe now going to be a delay of game warning, I believe. Can't touch the ball after you've scored it. So it is a good bucket. 6:20 officially on the clock, and it is Eagles basketball. They're going to face some press now from the Wildcats. We've seen this a lot this year. The Cats trap out of it from time to time. Usually it's just kind of a man looking to control the tempo a little bit. We'll see how things unfold tonight against Culver as we approach 6 minutes to go here in this first quarter. 2-0 in the early going. Settlemeyer has it knocked away by Marv. Marv all over him. Schindler playing some D out there. Now BJ's turn to tip it away. And the Eagles having some problem with the pressure. But that's something that the Cats are going to want to do. They think athletically they can give the Eagles some problems tonight. And the Wildcats, as I've said a number of times this season, they're at their best when they're playing strong defense, forcing turnovers, and getting out in transition. They're nearly unstoppable at that point. So it is going to be side out for the Eagles, however, after the foul. The foul is on BJ, so it's the first team foul for Riley. Some sort of discussion going on out there. I think they've got it figured out. So side out for the Eagles right in front of the Wildcats bench. They get it immediately down the low post. Tree playing good D down there. Well defended on that action by the Eagles. Now the ball moved up top. BJ with the defense. Now back over to Settlemeyer. He's guarded by Marv. He reverses it now. They're trying to look to the post again. Tree doing a great job denying. On the high side there. Oh, if he would have thrown that past, Jalen was all over it. Here's Saddlemeyer now, looks to drive, gets it inside, cut off nicely. Now up top to the big guy, no good. Rebound pulled down by Tyrese. Oh, and I forgot to hit the clock here, didn't I? Here's Tyrese. He's going to draw the foul. And I'm going to fix this clock. I promise that will be the last mistake I make tonight on the clock. And if you've been watching all season, you know that I'm totally lying right now, but I will do my best. 4:59 officially. Both teams with one team foul. Just 2-0 as Tyrese Jones steps to the line. The first free throw is up, and it is good. Tyrese been hovering right at 90% from the free throw line for this entire summer, or this entire season. I wish it was summer. And the second one is up, and this one's good as well. So good free throws there by Tyrese. Keeps his average up, and he puts the Cats up 4-0. Here's some more of that full court pressure. This time the Eagles able to handle it. They get it to the wing. Now inside, shot flipped up, and that's going to be a foul on Tyrese. That's Luka Pac, I believe is the way that they pronounce it in starting lineup introductions. So Pac at the free throw line shooting two, and the first one is up, and it's good. And these are the kind of points, if you're the Wildcats, that you can't really afford to give up. Easy points at the line. You got to assume that a disciplined team like Culver Military is going to be good from the free throw line. They're going to run their offense in the half court. You know, we're going to be at their best when we're able to pressure them, force those turnovers, and get out into transition, which we haven't seen a ton yet, but of course it's early. And it's 4-2. Here's BJ for three, no good. Rolls around, rebounded by Oliver Overmeyer. So now the Eagles walk it up. Things starting to settle down just a little bit. You always expect the beginning of the game to be a little helter-skelter, if you will. Things look like they're starting to settle down a little bit. Wildcats all over the Eagles on defense. Here's a drive by Overmeyer. At the rim, flips it up and in. Good move. Here's Wildcats tree up top. Hands it right back to Marv. Gets the screen. Now over to Tree. Tree for three. No good. And then the long rebound finally goes out of bounds. So it's going to be Culver Military basketball. 3:52 on the clock. As Isaiah Packer, Keyshawn Wright, and Jaden Stamps all check into the game for Riley. It's 4-0, or 4 up, I should say. 4 all. How about that? 4 all, 3:52 on the clock. The Eagles got it right in the corner. Kind of an awkward place to be. And Keyshawn able to knock that one away, but they're saying it went off of him. Looked to me like maybe it went off of an Eagles kneecap, but I'm way over here in the broadcast booth. So it's going to be Eagles basketball out of bounds underneath. They're able to get it in. Facing some more of this full court pressure by the Cats. They haven't turned them over a ton, but they've certainly made them uncomfortable. Wow. That looked like pretty good defense from here, and while I am not down there, I do have a pretty good view of that play. Good defense by Jalen Barbera, but he's called for the foul. Looked pretty picture perfect to me, but nonetheless, it's the third team foul for Riley. Eagles with it now on offense. Big guy with it up top, hands it off now. And a bucket there for the Eagles, a nice interior pass. Gives Culver Military the lead 6-4 here with about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Barbera, top of the key, crossover. Gets it over now to Key, back to Jalen. Three-pointer, it's good. Big three there by JB, kind of surprised me to be honest with you. Rose up quickly and knocked that one down, gives Riley the lead back by 1. Eagles basketball. Settlemeyer is going to bring it up against the defense of Keyshawn. We're under 3 minutes to go. Ball now to the high side of your screen, now to the big guy. They're looking down in for the post, and once again, we're going to get a call down there. This time it's going to go against BJ. That's going to be his second foul already. 2:34 on the clock. BJ picks up his second. He's going to have to come out, so Tyrese Jones back onto the floor for the Cats. Now, as aggressive as the Cats are being, that's something that they're going to have to be mindful of. You got to kind of take score of the refs, so to speak, and kind of figure out how are they going to call the game and then adjust. The Cats are being very physical, very aggressive here in the early going, but 14 fouls on the board already as a result. Now the three-pointer, no good by Barger. Rebound ran down by Jalen Barbera. Crossover out to the corner. Here's Isaiah Packer for three. No good. Rebounded by the Eagles. Good pass there by Jalen. Eagles now looking inside. Here's the big guy. Spin move. He's guarded out by Jaden Stamps. Jaden got a couple of inches on BJ and Tree, so a little bit friendlier of a matchup perhaps from a height perspective if you're a Wildcats fan. Now they're in the far corner here. Keyshawn on the defense. Spin move, jumper, up, no good. Rebounded by Stamps. He pulls it down. And it's going to be Wildcat basketball. 1:40 on the clock officially, so I'm off by about 10 seconds. Cats are up one. Here's Key. Drives, flips it up. And he's going to draw the foul with 1:33 remaining on the clock. Just a second team foul. For the Eagles. So it's going to be out of bounds underneath. Schindler taking it out. He gets it into Stamps, right back to Marv. Now they reverse it. Now they look to go inside, and instead it's stolen by Jack Christensen. They were trying to feed Jaden Stamps in the post. Well defended by the Eagles, so the Wildcats still up one. 1:17 on the clock. Out near the volleyball line is Miles Barger. Good move inside by Potch. But had it knocked away by Jaden Stamps as he got to the rim. So it's going to be out of bounds underneath one more time for the Eagles. 1:04 officially on the clock. They're going to show not a whole lot on that out of bounds play. So we're now under a minute to go. Here's a flare screen. They were looking for the three. Well defended by the Cats. Oh, that looked like maybe a walk there. Now inside, flipped up. No good, out of bounds. And they're going to say back to Culver one more time, so they're going to be out of bounds underneath, I believe, on the short side of the court this time. 7-6 here in the first quarter. Very low-scoring game if you're a Wildcats fan. You know, we have a tendency to put some points on the board. That is kind of what we expected coming in. That's one of the things that Culver is sort of known for. Low possession games. They want to run zone. They want to run a lot of offense, a lot of sets. And now a timeout going to be called by Culver. So with 44 seconds exactly remaining on the clock, it's going to be a timeout for Culver Military. I believe that's their first of the game. And that's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back on the floor here momentarily. But a good start really for both teams. Not exactly blistering. I don't know if the Cats are necessarily playing at the pace that we want to play at yet. But you've seen some indications that the defense should be able to be dominant moving forward. We did hold them to 6 points. The issue is they also held us to 7. So we're doing okay on the defensive side. I'd like to see us maybe pick up the pace a little bit. I've talked about it a couple times already, forcing turnovers, getting out in transition. That's usually when we're at our best. So we'll see if maybe we can pick that up a little bit as we get into this second quarter. Go ahead and get all of these clocks reset. Oh, what the? Whoops. All right, I am off by about 3 seconds, but the clock is pretty close. Doing a great job tonight. Thank you. 32 on the clock. Here's a three-pointer, and it's good. And another delay of game warning, this time on Culver. So both teams now tapping the ball after it goes through the net. Both have been warned. It is 9-7, CMA's lead. We've got 22 seconds on the clock. And Keyshawn Wright going to bring it up against the defense of Culver Military. Here's Marvin Schindler, top of the key for three. No good. Rebound chased down by Jaden Stamps. He gets it up, but it's going to be no good, and that is going to be the end of the quarter. So the first quarter going to end with a score of just 9-7. The Eagles up and really playing their kind of game at this point, which is a dangerous thing. You don't want to come down here to Culver and play their style of game because that's what they're good at. So we're going to see how things go as we get into this second quarter. But while we have a minute, let's go ahead and hear a quick word from our sponsors.
I was having a bad day. I decided, go get yourself some Chick-fil-A. Get my order, New York pace, walking out the restaurant.
I noticed that she had left without the milkshake. I tried to run after her, and everybody was looking at me like, this crazy lady. Lois, wait.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She ran after me for 2 blocks. As a New Yorker, it's refreshing when people go out of their way for you. Little things like that make a big difference.
That's me. That's you.
All right, there you have it. A quick word from our sponsors over at Chick-fil-A. They are, of course, the primary sponsors of this broadcast. Without them, the Wildcat Broadcast Network would not have happened this year, so shout out to them. It's going to be Eagle basketball, side out. They're going to be facing some pressure from Riley. Should be used to it by now. That's pretty much how it went the whole first quarter, but the Eagles with a 2-point lead right now, so they've handled it as well as can be expected. Out over the corner, they're looking inside. They get it down to the big guy. Flipped it up and in. No good. But the offensive rebound is. So the offensive rebound and putback by Peich gives the Eagles a 4-point lead, 11-7. He's going to step to the free throw line for the and one. It's also the first team foul for Riley, and he's able to knock down the free throw. And we've got ourselves a 5-point deficit here early in the second quarter. Wildcats with it. Barbera in the corner, looks to get into the middle, does, turns it over. Eagles off and running. Thought about the transition three, didn't have it. Steady drives, gets to the rim. No good. Ball tipped around. Who comes down with it? Tree does, and then he's going to be fouled. So the first team foul on Culver Military. 7:21 on the clock. 12-7 the score. Marv's going to walk it up for the Wildcats. That's setting up some offense here. Tree Johnson, top of the key, three. Bang! That's a big three by the freshman, the assist for Isaiah Packer. Now on the other side, that closes the gap to 2. Peich gets it inside to the big guy. He's going to look to post. He does. Flips it up. And the foul. So the hook shot is good. The foul's going to go, I believe, against Tree. Yes, it is against Tree. This is Pictuzius at the free throw line, 6'11" senior. Free throws up, no good, rebounded by Jalen Barbera. Now here's the Cats into the open floor, and Jalen all the way to the rim, gets it up and in. And that's what we need right there. I talked about it during the break. I'd like us to see us maybe pick up the pace a little bit. I feel like the Eagles would have some problems in the open floor with us. Now here's Pike, able to flip it up and in. So another bucket for Pike. He's having himself a good first half so far. The foul going against Tree Johnson, so he picks up a couple quick ones. 16-12 now the score. 3 team fouls for Riley. The free throw is off, but the offensive rebound by the Eagles, kicked out to the corner for 3. No good. Another offensive rebound. Now the drive all the way to the hole, no good. Finally, the Cats come down with a rebound. JB into the open floor, has it stolen away. And we're now under 6 minutes to go on the clock. Here's a steal by Jalen Barberi. Jumped the flare pass into the open floor, flips it up. And he's going to draw the foul. I'm just going to let this clock run for a second, see if we can't just get caught up kind of naturally. But it's going to put Jalen Barberi at the free throw line, another one of the very good free throw shooters on this Wildcat team. All right, so 5:50 on the clock. 2 team fouls now for Culver. That's going to put Jalen at the free throw line. The free throw is up and it's good. Jaden Stamps checking into the game for Tree Johnson, who just picked up a couple of back-to-back fouls. Here's Jalen's free throw, and the second one is up and good. Out of bounds underneath for the Eagles. They're facing some full court pressure once again by the Cats. The Eagles up 2 right now. We're under 6 minutes. The drive is a good drive, but couldn't finish. That was Miles Barger. Now here's Barbera, looks to drive, pull up from the free throw line, no good. Rebound collected by the Eagles eventually, and then a great pass ahead. And an easy bucket for Oliver Overmeyer. Now the Cats with it. Down 4, Key, top of the key out near the volleyball line, actually. Crossover, Key got into the middle, flips it back to Marv now. Pull-up jumper, no good. .452 officially on the clock. Eagles with the basketball. And now Keyshawn. Some special holiday conversation going on between head coach Alex Daniel and the ref on that one. It was President's Day this week. That's obviously the holiday that I'm talking about. 18-14 the score, 4:38 officially on the clock. They get it inside to the big guy. He turns, flips it up. Nice move. Jaden Stamps had him well defended. Not a lot he could do with the length on that one, though. Here's Keyshawn now, gets it in the middle. Now back out to Jaden Stamps. Top of the key three-pointer. Rattles around, no good. Rebounded by the Eagles, and now they're going to be off and running. High side of your screen. They're looking for that post. They've been going to that all day. Here's another one. Nice move. The Eagles making a little run here. Wildcats need to respond. Here's Tyrese Jones on the key. Gets it over to Jalen Barbera. Looks to drive. Back to Ty. Ty, three-pointer. No good. Tipped back by Jaden, but that's going to be out of bounds. And now a timeout going to be called by head coach Alex Daniel. That is going to be a full timeout. 3:43 officially on the clock. 22-14 is the score. So like I said, a little bit of a run being made here by the Eagles. Cats just need to settle down a little bit. They are letting the Eagles dictate the pace right now, that's for sure. And then obviously we've got to figure out these post touches. They've got a 6'11" kid down there in the middle. Pictuzis. I'm saying it wrong. I apologize. That's relatively close. He is 6'11", though, and he's had a couple of really good moves, especially here in these last few minutes. They're obviously looking for him. They know that they've got a size advantage down there in the post, even with Stamps in the game, who, you know, Jaden's about 6'4" or 6'5". But, you know, when you're 6'11", you know, do the math. He's made a couple of nice moves. Looks comfortable shooting that little soft hook over his shoulder. So let's see what happens here. It is going to be Eagles ball, side out on the far side of the floor. Going to be facing some pressure, but the Cats haven't managed to force too many turnovers yet tonight. Here's the big guy, brings it up. I do apologize for butchering his name on that last attempt, so I'll probably just call him the big guy the rest of the night. But he's a heck of a ball player, and he's made his presence felt here in this first half. Here's the handoff. Look for backdoor. Good help by Marv. But a good finish by Oliver Overmeyer anyways. And all of a sudden, the Eagles are up 10. The Wildcats are sitting here with just 14 points on the board. Highly unusual for the Wildcats. This is one of the top 10 scoring offenses in the state. But like I said, right now, Culver is dictating the pace. They're playing the game the way that they want to play it. Cats with it. Keyshawn top of the key. Pull up. Nice floater. Needed that one. Needed somebody to stop the bleeding. Keyshawn Wright, the senior valedictorian, stepped up. And now he's going to be called for the foul. So that's going to be the fourth team foul on the Wildcats. So all fouls from here on out are going to result in free throws for the Eagles as Isaiah checks back in for Tyrese. 2:40 on the clock. Eagles able to inbound it. But now they're kind of stuck. Marv almost came up with it. The Eagles have been pressured, but they've handled it pretty well tonight. Like I said, we haven't forced a ton of turnovers at this point, which is sort of in our DNA. And, I mean, you see the defensive effort there by Keyshawn Wright. I mean, guys are playing extremely hard on defense for the Cats. It's just not resulting in the turnovers that we're used to. And just as I say it, the ball knocked away. Schindler into the open floor at the rim, flips it up and in. Oh, almost an and one. But that's what we need right there, some turnovers. Scores and stops, that's the name of the game in basketball, right? So they got themselves a stop, forced the turnover. Marv able to come down. Got the shot up at the rim, unable to finish it. Almost rolled in. But he's going to go to the free throw line for two. Marv, the senior leader for this Wildcat basketball team, the leader in both points and assists on this team. And he lines up his first one here. It's up and it's good. Second free throw now by Marv. 2:08 officially on the clock. Second free throw up, and it is good. Cats staying with this pressure. Got the big guy trapped. Almost knocked it away. Now into the corner. Pump fake, no good. Big guy up top. They're going to pull it back and run some offense. Looking inside. Marv supplying the defense. Good spin move on the baseline. Shot is up and good by Andrew Oliver Overmeyer. Keyshawn with it now. Turns the corner, hands off to Marv. Marv to JB. He pulls up for three. No good. Inside of the post, here's the big guy shooting a jumper. And that one knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. So it is Wildcat basketball. Tyrese going to check back in now for Keyshawn. Just 1:18 on the clock, 26-18 the score. CMA does have 3 team fouls. Let me get that corrected. So 1:18 officially on the clock. Barbera going to walk it up here. Wildcats with the basketball out near the volleyball line as they look to initiate some offense. Isaiah Packer, jumper, it's good. Nice shot there by Isaiah. Closes the gap to 6. We're under a minute. 26-20 the score. The Eagles going to be content to walk it up. Look to set up some offense. Wildcats fall back in their defense. And look to get a stop here in the half court. Eagles with it up top. Tyrese supplying the pressure. Now down to the low side. They get it inside to Overmeyer. Guarded by JB. Ball knocked away. Comes down with it. Eagles retain possession out near the volleyball line. They look to reset their offense. Under 20 seconds. Eagles being patient. Plenty of time. Here's a three-pointer. No good. Rebounded inside. And then the big guy fell on the baseline. So 6.7 officially on the clock. 26-20 is the score. Dontrell Johnson checks into the game. They're going to have 6.7 to try and figure something out here. Isaiah going to take it out for the Cats. Able to get it into Marv. Marv crosses half court. Pull up, top of the key for 3. No good. And then a full court heave on the other end. That's going to end things here in the first half. 26-20 is going to be the score. The Eagles up. Wildcats with just 20 points on the board here at halftime. Definitely something that they're going to look to best in the second half. And so, of course, we're going to take ourselves about a 10-minute break here. We hope you stick with us. Show you a few commercials from our sponsors and maybe the IHSAA. And we will rejoin you in, we'll call it about 9 minutes or so.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It opened our young ladies' eyes to the fact that there's a big world out there. And here's an organization, a professional organization, giving you an opportunity to explore that big world out there.
told you locked up.
You know, I never really had the opportunity to play flag football, so.
Hey, first down.
It's great to see the game expand, you know, definitely in a safer way as well.
I feel like it's just good energy, good communication, good sportsmanship. We have a blast.
Hey, 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 hey.
Not only do young girls get the skills that you get from the game of football, leadership, discipline, communication, confidence building, you name it, but that they're able to use love and passion for the game to kind of catapult them into potentially other opportunities.
Give me 2! Give me 3! Why are you here?
To this moment, like, as soon as I leave here, I'm still gonna be hustling every day, trying to learn different things, watch videos, just quarterbacks in general, so I can improve myself.
Seeing people get the chance to, you know, play football, they get to go out there and run around and make some moves and shake people. Because I love watching football no matter who's playing it. So seeing, you know, girls flag football is pretty awesome.
Now, there are 13 sanctioned states in high school girls flag. Just shows the commitment and the interest. And then you add on that it's going to be an Olympic sport at the next Olympics, which is huge. I think it's a really exciting time to jump in and be at the forefront of this.
Family on 3, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. Family! Here we go.
I'm Keyshawn Wright, class of 2025, 5'8" guard from South Bend, Indiana.
Keyshawn Wright is a true point guard.
To me, my game is very unselfish. I like to get all my teammates involved.
About as quick as they come from end to end with the basketball.
I play with a high level of energy, offensively and defensively.
Offensively, he can get to the basket. Very good at finding those cracks in the defenses and making players around him better.
Offensively, I'm looking to attack the rim and draw fouls.
Defensively, he's a pest. He can get after you. He'll fight you from end to end.
Defensively, I'm ready to get stops, willing to get stops, do whatever it takes to get a stop.
He is not the biggest in stature, but he's got a huge heart. He plays extremely hard every time he comes out on the court.
What inspires me is my family, mostly my parents though, and my mom. I just do everything for her.
He has a 4.3 GPA, so he's an outstanding student.
Education to me is important because it can help you become successful later in life, and it's also important because my mom, she always pushes me and she stays on me about that, and I don't want to let her down.
He's pretty goal-oriented in what he wants to do. I think his education is really important to him.
College coaches need to know that I'm a good person, I'm a leader on and off the court, and I'm always be ready to work hard.
I was having a bad day. I decided, go get yourself some Chick-fil-A. Get my order, New York pace, walking out the restaurant.
I noticed that she had left without the milkshake. I tried to run after her, and everybody was looking at me like, this crazy lady. Lois, wait.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She ran after me for 2 blocks. As a New Yorker, it's refreshing when people go out of their way for you. Little things like that make a big difference.
That's me. That's you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Wildcat Broadcast Network. I did not have the clock running like I should have maybe at that halftime, but we are under a minute in the break. So both teams starting to gather their teams together. I believe it's going to be side out for the Cats right in front of the scores table. Starting this one down 26-20. Kind of an unusual spot for the Cats to be in. And certainly scoring 20 points and a half is unusual for this team this year. Been very proficient on the offensive end, scored a ton of points. But it says a lot about the defense of the Eagles, and they're going to come back out looking to finish things up here in the second half. The Wildcats going to have to fight back. And it is going to be Wildcat basketball, but not in front of the scores table. It's going to be on the opposite side of the floor. Wildcat basketball nonetheless. It's going to be BJ taking it out. He'll inbound it to Marv. We're back with our starting lineup. BJ, Marv, Tyrese, Tree, and Jalen. Marv brings it up and we're underway here in the third quarter. BJ looks inside the Tree and turns it over. Looking for the post feed to go to the freshman down low. BJ skipped it a little bit. So a turnover on the first possession for the Cats, and the Eagles are back in business. Cats still showing a little bit of press, but not as much pressure to it now. Now the big guy able to cross half court, and then he traveled. Easy call there for the ref. Maybe one of the disadvantages of being a large human being. It's a little bit harder to stop. Came to a little bit of a skid on that one. And the travel called on the big guy. So 26-20, 7:34 on the clock. Wildcats with it. Here's Tyrese. Jalen Barbera, top of the key. Three-pointer, no good. Big guy pulls down the rebound. And Now the Eagles bring it up. Marv supplying the defense here, and he's going to be called for the foul. A lot of pressure being shown. Really got to figure out a way to turn that pressure into turnovers a little more often. Side out for the Eagles right next to their own bench. Nothing there on the first curl. They hit the second guy, and he stepped on the line, so it's going to be a turnover for the Eagles. There we go. We'll take that. I'm talking about steals, but we'll take turnovers in any form or fashion at this point. Wildcat basketball, Marv going to bring it up. Culver showing some man defense now. Here's Tree, top of the key, fakes the handoff, now to Ty. Pull up three. It's gone! Big shot there by Tyrese. He's been relatively quiet tonight. Made his presence known on that one, though, and that closes the gap to 3. Here's the big guy being harassed by Tree. Eagles having all kinds of problems, and that's going to be a charge. Great defensive play there by BJ, staying in front. So offensive foul on Jack Christensen. Extended his arm a bit, trying to get around the defense. It's going to be side out. BJ going to take it out right by the Wildcat bench. Inbounds to Marv, and we are underway on this possession. Tree, top of the key, hand off to Marv. Marv inside, gets it back to Tree. He thought about it. Tree, a very good three-point shooter. Marv to the corner. B.J. Williams for 3. No good. Rebound ran down by the Eagles. Into transition. Flips it up, and it's no good. There is going to be a foul called, I believe, on Jalen. Is that going to be his 3rd, I believe? I believe they're saying that's his 2nd. All right, so it's 2 team fouls now for the Cats, 1 for Culver. Now the ball knocked away, but it goes out of bounds. 6:20 on the clock. Out of bounds underneath for the Eagles. They're going to be on the high side of your screen there. They're showing a box set. Big guy down low, cross screen. That should have been a foul right there. Nothing called. Shot is up, no good, and then rebounded by Jalen. Cats with it, down 3. Here's Jalen, looks to drive. Got all the way to the rim before he kicked it back out. Tyrese pull-up jumper, and it's good. Nice shot there by Tyrese. And if we can get him cooking, that will help our efforts extensively here in this second half. Ty, one of those glue guys on this team. I tell him all the time he's the straw that stirs our drink. Missed shot by the Eagles, pulled down by Marv. Open floor, flipped it to BJ, and it's good. And just like that, the Wildcats are back in the lead with 5:40 to go. Marvin Schindler with the assist to B.J. Williams. Culver with it. This is Christian DeSadier. Crossed half line. He's got B.J. all over him. Crossover, middle lane, flips it up. Man. Not going to say anything. Out of bounds underneath for Culver. Sometimes it's better to not say anything, right? They get it to the corner. Not much there. They flip it back. Now Culver looks to reset. Looking inside. They get it to the big guy. He's got Jalen on him. Good defense by Jalen, though. Sometimes the low man wins, and he did on that one. Culver now moving it around. Top of the key, now the low corner. Being very patient. We're actually under 5 minutes to go officially now. The clock slightly off on your screen. That's because I'm really good at my job. Long possession here for the Eagles. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebounded by Ty. 4:40 on the clock. Ty into the open floor. Kicks it out. Now to Marv. Well defended by the Eagles. Good patience also being shown by the Wildcats. They just got the lead back. No sense in rushing. Let's get something good. 4:24 on the clock. I'll get the clock updated next time we have a stoppage. But so far, we got some clean play. Now to the corner. Tyrese Jones for 3. It's good! What a big shot by Tyrese, who's come alive here in the third quarter. 4:11 officially on the clock. That's going to be a 30-second timeout called on the floor. So 26-30 the score. Tyrese with 3 buckets here in this third quarter. I said he had been quiet in the first. I think they woke him up in the locker room at halftime. And what a turn of events here in this third quarter. Cats came out down 6, now up 4. So it's been a 10-point swing just here in the first four minutes of this quarter. So good efforts by the Wildcats. Coming back on the floor with their starters. So it's going to be Eagle basketball. They're going to be facing some more pressure from the Cats. They're able to inbound it. Jalen Barbera all over the ball handler. This is DeSater. All the way out near half court, being guarded by BJ. He's got a little shimmy to him. He's shown that the last couple possessions. But not much doing for Culver. Another long kind of possession. They just run action after action, as you would expect out of a military school. Just extremely disciplined. They're just going to keep doing what they do. Now they get it down low. They've had a lot of success out of the post tonight. Tree on defense. BJ on the dig. Dug and released. 1-on-1 now for Tree. Kick to the corner. Three-pointer. Rattles around. No good. JB pulls down the rebound, and the Cats back on offense. Here's Jalen. Gets inside. Spins. Flips it up and in. What a move by Jalen. (26-32) the score as we approach 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. What a move by JB. Eagles with it. Here's the big guy for 3, and it's good. Good answer there by Culver Military. And we've got ourselves a 3-point ball game with just about 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This thing's shaping up to be a beauty down the stretch, just as we would expect. This is a full timeout, so we're going to go ahead and take a moment and hear a word from our sponsors over at Chick-fil-A. Maybe. Let me try this again. All right, or not. Instead, we're going to stay with you here because at this point the timeout is just about over. We'll figure that out here moving forward. It's always something, as they say. So the timeout is over. The Wildcats come back out with Marvin Schindler, Isaiah Packer, Jalen Barbera, Tree Johnson, and Tyrese Jones. Wildcats with a 3-point lead. 32-29, 2:53 officially on the clock. And the fouls are also correct. It's going to be Marv bringing it up for Riley. He reverses it to Zay. And the Cats are into their offense. Here's Tyrese. Top of the key. Now to the corner. Tree for 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by the Eagles. 2:30 now on the clock. 3-point ball game. Now they look inside. Knocked away nicely by Tree. As Jaden Stamps and Keyshawn Wright check back into the game now for the Wildcats. 2:24 on the clock. 32-29 the score. Out of bounds underneath for the Eagles on the short side. They get it into the corner. Tyrese thought about maybe going for that steal. Thought better of it. Now Culver with it, running their actions here. You see a lot of stagger screens, flare screens, a lot of back doors, just a lot of movement, a lot of constant curls into the post, looking for post touches. We've seen that a number of times tonight with the big guy, of course. He's off the floor right now, but the offense doesn't change that much. Culver with it now on the wing. Guarded nicely. Cats just got to stay disciplined on defense. It's difficult to play defense for long stretches. It's one of the things that makes a team like Culver so hard to handle. You just got to stay locked in. Now they do. Ball knocked away. Stamps comes up with it. And waiting on the call. It is going to be Culver basketball, I believe. But there is now a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. That one's called by the Eagles. So 3-point lead for the Cats. Quick timeout being called here on the floor for Culver Military.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep it.
All right, so I went ahead and throw a commercial out you there, trying to get some things working. Looked like I was able to get that one out to you just in time for gameplay now. Three-pointer from the corner. No good. Rebound pulled down by Keyshawn. He's into the middle, flips it up, and it's good. What a move by Keyshawn. Keyshawn Wright showing his athleticism. Got all the way to the rim with two guys on him, able to flip it up and in, draws the foul, and he's going to go to the free throw line with an opportunity for the and one. That's the second team foul on CMA here in this third quarter, so I don't think fouls will be much of an issue down the stretch here. But Keyshawn looking to make this an and one, and he does. Great play there by Keyshawn Wright. So now Culver basketball. They're going to walk it up against the defense of Keyshawn. They get it into the corner, trying to look for the post. Well defended by Jaden Stamps to keep it out of there. I mean, what's he supposed to do? I know I'm probably not supposed to say that, but looked like a pretty good D from here. At any rate, 106 on the board. It's going to be out of bounds underneath for the Eagles. They're showing three across the baseline, one up top. Looking to screen for the corner. Nothing there. Now they're able to throw it up over top. And there's another foul. I just said a minute ago I didn't think fouls are going to be an issue. Now all of a sudden, back-to-back, I'm just going to say it, bad calls. What's a guy supposed to do on defense? And that's going to put CMA at the free throw line here with 1:03 on the clock. The free throw is up, and it's good. So 35-30 is the score. 1:03 officially on the clock. The second free throw is up. This one rattles around, no good, pulled down by Stamps. And with a minute to go, just under a minute to go, Wildcats have the basketball. Jalen Barbera, top of the key. And a travel called on that one on Isaiah. So 50.8 officially on the scoreboard. 35-30 is the score. Cats bringing some pressure here in the full court once again. JB almost came up with it. Now the handoff. Eagles into the middle. Flipped it up. Stamps came down with the loose ball, and then he was fouled. So 36. So 36.6 on the clock. Marvin Schindler able to check into the game for the Wildcats. Peich back into the game also for the Eagles. Some confusion there on the substitution for Culver, but I think we've got it figured out, so it's going to be Wildcat basketball full length of the floor. We're up 5, 36 seconds remaining. Wouldn't be horrible just to maybe hang on to this thing for the last shot, but we'll see how the Wildcats play it. .24 seconds on the clock. Now under 20. Like I said, the Cats going to be content to sit on this thing. Look for the last play. We're down to 11, 10, 9, 8. Here's Jalen Barbera, pulls up for three. No good. Rebound ran down by the Eagles. They're into the open floor. And they maybe had an opportunity there at the end, but unable to come up with the loose ball. So as we end the third quarter, it's 35-30 in favor of the Wildcats. We were down 6 at halftime, so a good swing there in the third quarter. We just got to keep that up here in the fourth. We only scored 20 in the first half. We managed to score 15 there in the third quarter, so things opening up a little bit on offense. And doing some good things defensively as well. We've seen the pressure. Let me go ahead and get this scoreboard fixed. So it is going to be the fourth quarter, so I'll go ahead and put the 4 there. So 35-30 as we get this fourth quarter underway. Cats come out with Dontriel, Marvin, Tyrese, Keyshawn Wright, and B.J. Williams. We're up 5, but there's a lot of basketball to be played, so let's see how this thing goes. Cats inbounded, and we are underway. Keyshawn initiating the offense. Out of the corner for Tyrese. Play got just a little broken up on that side. Now reversed. Here's Tree. Hands off to Key. Key looks to turn the corner. Shoots the 3. No good. Came up short. Rebounded by the Eagles. Culver with it out near the volleyball line. Hand off. Defense all over him. That's going to be a foul on Ty. That is the second for Ty. It's the first team foul here in the fourth quarter. Now, fouls is something to pay attention to here in the fourth quarter. After 5 fouls, of course, you shoot free throws now in the state of Indiana, so free throws could be a factor. Eagles with it, though, on the low side of your screen here, now into the corner. Great pass inside. That was a good play. They got the big man sealed. Found himself wide open right underneath the rim. Here's Tree for 3. No good. That would have been a big shot, but I'm not sure that's the one we were looking for. The rebound pulled down by the Eagles, and now they're ahead into the open court and able to score in transition. Now on the other end, Cats with it, Tyrese. He's going to draw the foul. So 35-34, 6:48 on the clock. Both teams now with one team foul. And Tyrese at the line. Shot is up and it's good. Tyrese lines up the second one. This one is good as well. So Riley's lead back to 3. We're under 7 minutes to go here in the final quarter. Eagles with it, able to advance it into the corner. Now they move it back out, look to set up some offense. Here's the high screen. Schindler all over it. Big guy, top of the key, guarded by Tree. Not a lot there. Flare screen, well defended. They're being patient. We've seen a number of these long possessions, and now this one almost gets thrown out of bounds. Ran down. Now they get it into the post. That's going to be a charge. Great play by Tree on that one. Stood his ground, took the elbow. That's a heck of a play by the freshman. 6:05 on the clock, 37-34 the score. That's the second team foul now for Culver. And the Wildcats going to walk it up. It's going to be Keyshawn. Culver in a man defense right now. They've shown some 2-3 at times tonight, of course. Here's Tree over to Ty. Three-pointer. No good. Ball tipped, and then the Eagles came up with it. Into the open floor. Thought about the transition 3, but I'm not sure that that's in their playbook. And this one going to be a foul, I believe, on Tyrese. It is. So that's going to put Culver at the free throw line. I said earlier, we don't want them living at the line. That's somewhere that they can really be successful. So the second team foul for Riley. Both teams with 2 team fouls here in the fourth quarter. 5:30 on the clock. The free throw is up, and it is good. Second free throw now is up and also good. So a 1-point ball game. Wildcats with it. We're under 5:30, 1-point lead for the Cats. Here's Marv, top of the key for Tree. Now Marv turns the corner, gets inside. Euro step, what a move by Marv, and he flips it up and in. Just under control, knew exactly what he was trying to do, able to get to his spot, make the move. Great move and finish by Marvin Schindler. And we are approaching 5 minutes to go in this ball game. Here's the drive out to the big guy for 3 from the wing, and it's good. That's a big shot. .456 officially on the clock, and we've got ourselves a new ball game, 0-0. Or 39-39, I guess, if you want to go by the scoreboard. But nonetheless, a new game from here on out. You got 5 minutes to figure out who wants it the most. And so now, if I fixed it correctly last time, I would love for us to go and hear a message from our sponsors at Chick-fil-A.
I was having a bad day. I decided, go get yourself some Chick-fil-A. Get my order, New York pace, walking out the restaurant.
I noticed that she had left without the milkshake. I tried to run after her, and everybody was looking at me like, this crazy lady. Lois, wait.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She ran after me for 2 blocks. As a New Yorker, it's refreshing when people go out of their way for you. Little things like that make a big difference.
That's me. That's you.
All right, there you go. It looks like I did get things fixed. Pat myself on the back, I guess. But thank you once again to our sponsors at Chick-fil-A. That's who we just heard from. Couldn't do it without them. But right now what we need is some stops and some scores. Tie ball game here with under 5 to go. Wildcats with it. Marv brings it up. Cats now into their offense. Here's Tyrese, top of the key over to Marv. Fakes the reversal, Ty, back to Marv. Marv, three-pointer. It's good. I believe another delay of game is being called. And now a technical foul being called. I'll be honest, I'm not even exactly sure what happened. So now the technical free throw being shot, and this one is good. So that makes it 42-40, 4:37 officially on the clock. And it's going to be Eagle basketball side out on the far side of the floor, right at the half-court line. They're able to inbound it without issue. Marv on the defense now. They're trying to look inside. BJ denying the post. They're looking to create the angle in the post as well. Still looking, probing. Here's a three-pointer. Short. Ball tipped, rebounded by Jalen Barbera. Cats up 2, 4 minutes to go in this game. We're under 4. Under 4 to go, Cats up 2. Marv with it out near the half-court line. They're setting up some offense. And here we go. Culver showing some 2-3 now. Here's Ty. Top of the key, Marv. Inside, BJ at the rim. What a pass by Marv and a great finish by BJ. Heck of a play there by the Cats. 3:30 on the clock. 4-point lead for Riley. Eagles with it. Low side of your screen. Jalen Barbera on the defense. We're approaching 3 minutes to go. Pass inside, and Jalen Barbera picks up the foul. And one. So that's going to put Culver at the free throw line for the and one. He'll close the gap to just one if he's able to knock it down. And he does. I don't have official stats in front of me, but I don't think they've missed a free throw. I'm probably wrong. I think maybe they missed one. But they've done very well from the line tonight, something we expected. We're under 3 minutes to go. Here's Tyrese all the way to the rim. He hit the ground hard, but it looks like he's all right. So good drive there by Tyrese. .254 officially on the clock. That's the third team foul on Culver. There are now 4 on Riley. Tyrese's free throw is up, and it's good. So .254 remaining on the clock. Two-point ball game as Tyrese steps to the free throw line for his second. This one is up, and it is good. So the lead back to 3. We're just under 3 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Eagles with it. They're going to be facing some pressure as they have been most of this evening. The big guy just going to run it up the floor. Little clock malfunction. Getting the time right. So it's going to be side out for the Eagles. They're on the far side of the floor. Volleyball line extended. 2:50 officially on the clock. Now some sort of discussion going on. Not exactly sure. So the foul was on Jalen. That's what they're doing, verifying who the foul was on. So I believe I want to say that's 4 on Jalen. They haven't put it on the board yet. And there is 2:50 on the clock. So Keyshawn checks into the game for Jalen. All right, so all right, some confusion, but the Eagles do inbound it now on the sideline. And I think there was some confusion on how many fouls Jalen had. I said 3. I think maybe he's only, or I said 4. I think maybe he's only got 3. They're trying to confirm that. He came out of the game thinking that he had 4. If he had 3, he probably would have stayed in. So, not much else to say about that, I guess. Eagles with it now. Ball knocked away, stolen by Tyrese into the open floor, and he's going to be fouled. Great steal by Tyrese. Got it in the open floor. Went aggressively to the rim and able to draw the foul. So 43 to 46, 2:19 officially on the clock. And Tyrese's free throw is good. Jalen Barbera checking back into the game now for BJ. I assume we have confirmed his fouls at this point. So 47-43, 2:19 officially on the clock. Tyrese's second free throw is up, and it's good. 5-point lead now for the Cats, 2:19 left in this ball game. Culver brings it up now. Keyshawn almost came up with a steal on that one. Still being aggressive on the defensive end are the Cats. They're trying to look inside. Jaden Stamps providing the defense on the big guy. He looks to back down, turns over that shoulder, flips it up. No good, but they're going to call the foul. It's going to be on Jaden Stamps. That'll be the second foul on Jaden, but it is the 5th team foul for Riley. So for these final 2 minutes, the Eagles are going to be on the free throw line for every foul. That is something that could factor into this ball game down the stretch, as the free throw by the big guy is good. Closes the gap to 4. .154 remaining in this ball game. 4-point lead before this free throw goes up. This one comes up short. Keyshawn pulls down the rebound. Wildcats with it now. We're under 2 minutes to go, with a 4-point lead, 48-44. .138 now on the clock. It's going to be a timeout. Some more discussions going on the floor. I thought there was a timeout. I guess maybe there was not a timeout. So it's side out now for the Eagles. Looking to inbound it. They're able to get it into the backcourt. Eagles with it on the wing. Now drop down in the corner. Well defended. Cats all over it. Here's Keyshawn. Here's the big guy for three. And it's good. Big shot. Big shot there by the Eagles. All right, so the ref thought there was a timeout on that one. There was not. So Cat's going to keep it. It's been an interesting one out here in Culver tonight. We got a minute to go. We're up one. We're trying to hold on for this victory. Marv's with it out near the volleyball line. Eagles supplying some pressure, but Marv's a hard one. But it's knocked away from Marv, and now into the open floor, flips it up. No good, but he draws the foul. So that is Marv's second foul. And it is going to put the Eagles back on the free throw line. They've been very good there all night. 47.6 officially on the clock. The first free throw is lined up, and it's good. Tie ball game, 47.6 on the clock. Second free throw is good. CMA with the lead. Under a minute to go. Tyrese bringing it up now for the Cats. Cats down one. Tyrese gets it out to Marv for three. No good. Rebounded by Keyshawn. Out to Jalen. Jalen to the rim. Flips it up. No good. And then the ball knocked out of bounds by Keyshawn. It's going to be Eagles basketball. Out of bounds underneath, full length to the floor. You got to assume Cats are going to have some pressure on this one. 31.3 officially on the clock, and the Wildcats need a turnover. Fouls don't help you because it puts the Eagles on the free throw line, so we really need a turnover. Instead, they're able to get it out ahead. Coach was over here screaming the foul. Wildcats couldn't get it. Eagles able to knock some time off of the clock. 20.2 on the clock, 49-48 is the score. CMA going back to the free throw line, up one. First free throw is good. Substitutions for both teams taking place. Isaiah Packer and Dontrell Johnson check in for the Wildcats. And they have an opportunity here. If they make this free throw, they're up three with just about 20 seconds remaining in this game. The free throw is up, and it is good. Clutch free throws by the Eagles. And now a timeout going to be called by Alex Daniel. I'm going to get this clock set exactly how we want it. 19.4 is the number. There we go. Now I got it right. 14 fouls for Culver. Riley is in the bonus. 20 seconds remaining in the game. Wildcats down three. If you're the Eagles, the last thing, well, I guess it depends on your strategy. I was going to say the last thing you want to do is foul, but then again, on your next foul, you're putting the Cats at the free throw line. You are up three, so I guess there could be a case to be made for fouling in this situation. Not sure I would do that. Just saying it is an option. The Eagles are up three here on their home floor. They've played pretty well tonight. Really controlled the tempo in the first half. The third quarter belonged to the Wildcats, but it's really been back and forth down the stretch here. Some great basketball, really, by both teams. Tyrese Jones has had a good second half. So it all comes down to this, 20 seconds. Oh, I thought I fixed the clock, and now they fixed their clock. So an even 20 on the clock. 3-point lead. Wildcats going to have to advance it the full length of the floor. Culver hasn't shown much press tonight. Wouldn't expect to see too much pressure here, but they're also not going to make it too easy on the Cats. Marv's a hard one to guard in the open floor. So BJ able to inbound to Marv, and we're off. 15 on the clock. Cats with it. BJ. Handoff to Tyrese. Ty turns the corner, gets it back to Marv. Marv, three-pointer. No good. Ty comes up with the rebound. Brings it out. Three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by the Eagles, and that's going to do it. Good win for the Eagles. 51-48 is going to be the final here on the road from Culver. Culver able to just dictate the pace of the game for too much of it. And that's a big win for their guys. Big win for their program. So congratulations to them. It's going to drop the Cats to 16-4 on the season. But it doesn't change the mission. Next up on Friday at home, we're going to face off against Penn. And that will be for the conference championship. So join us on Friday. Big game, conference championship. We'll see you there. This is Big Coach P, the voice of the Wildcats, signing off until next time, like I always do, by saying, Go Cats.